Hello, everyone. We are here in the final episode of our AM2R playthrough. We are going to take this game, we are going to tuck it in, we are going to put it to bed.
Aw.
But what if it has nightmares?
Well, I guess that depends on what ending we get.
Wait, are there multiple endings?
No, I don't think so. There's just like, I think there's that thing, I think it does the same thing as other Metroid games where depending on how many items you use, it'll like give you a different ending card maybe, but I also am not completely sure if that's true. Like, I don't know if it does the kind of gross thing where Samus is like more naked the less items you use to play through the game. I kind of hope it doesn't. But I don't know if it does that. It probably, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Does any
But,
Metroid game have multiple endings now to think of it?
No, I don't think so.
To the extent that Dan said, yeah, but not really. The only exception is like the Metroid Prime games, which will show like a secret ending after the actual ending, depending on your item completion rate. So
You get a post-credits sequence.
Yeah, and some of it's not canon, some of it is, or some of it has yet to be proven canon.
Is there an ending that involves Samus eating a shawarma?
There's one. There's like why are you like bombing the place?
Oh, okay, because I'm looking for the secret over here. So
no,
you can see there's an energy tank. This one is kind of devious. You will see me sort of struggle, but I promise I eventually find it. It's
Okay,
kind of
but,
crazy.
Yeah,
Just
but
check
yeah,
it out.
the,
Here we go. Oh, there it
what?
is.
You just phased
Yeah.
through that? Oh.
Yeah, it's sneaky.
Yeah, so there's in I think Metroid Prime 3, if you get like 100% completion rate, like it'll show Samus like speeding off into space, and then there's like a ship that people are suspecting is Silas from Metroid Prime Hunters.
Oh, that's
following
right.
her.
Yeah, that's right.
And of course, we're never gonna get that confirmation.
Well, because
never know.
they were going to make that follow-up Metroid game. I think it was supposed to be part of the Prime series. What's it called? Like Metroid
Dread.
Dread. Yeah. And like
Yeah, and they tease it so much, and it never exists.
Oh yeah.
They were gonna make a game called Metroid Dread.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even like in Metroid Prime 3, like one of the log entries in this one place says something about Metroid Dread is coming to completion and something like, and a bunch of other things, and so everybody's like, yeah, that's gonna be like the next Metroid game, and then Retro proceeded to never touch Metroid ever again.
Yeah, it was supposed to be developed by Intelligent Systems. I'm getting this from the Metroid Wiki. It was supposed to be a 2D sequel to Metroid Fusion for the DS. The game's considered.
Did Intelligent Systems Did they do Fusion?
They did. No, I don't think so. I think
Like they're the Fire Emblem and Advance
they're the
Wars
Fire Emblem
studio.
people. Like, wait, did Capcom do Fusion?
Maybe.
No, I don't believe so.
Cause I know Capcom like did some of their like side-scroller games around that era, like a lot of the Zelda games.
Right, yeah.
Metroid Fusion.
I don't think so. I don't think they did. I think Fusion was just like an in-house Nintendo game, but I'm wondering what studio it was.
Yeah, the developer was Nintendo R&D 1.
Oh, okay, that's just like
Yeah, the research development team.
it's not actually their research and development.
No,
team,
it's just
what
the
they
name.
call it.
Yeah.
The research and development team is too busy like making consoles.
Well, that explains why we've never got another Metroid game if their R&D team is actually making the Metroid series.
Yeah, they had to put all that time into making the Switch.
Yeah, man.
I really hope that they make that they announce like a Metroid game at this year's E3. I don't know if this will be out by the time E3 comes around, but I'm hoping. I'm sure I'm gonna get disappointed.
I'm
but
so
I'm
sorry,
hoping.
Jordan. I'm so sorry. It's not.
That's future.
The only,
Dan
I think the only thing
apologizes.
that they're, I mean, unless there are some big surprises, I think the only thing that Nintendo is announcing at this E3 is going to be like, they're coming out with a Fire Emblem game on Switch. But I think this E3 is probably just going to be them talking more about like ARMS and Splatoon 2 and probably showing off a bunch of that new Mario game.
ARMS comes out like right before E3, so I really don't want to
Oh, true.
hear
Okay,
about it.
then maybe ARMS.
And they just had like a direct about it, so I really don't want to hear about it unless they're announcing the sequel Legs.
Right. What if that game is just called ARMS 2? You know what? I feel like ARMS is not even going to get a sequel. But
No,
what
you know
if?
No, they have to call it Two Arms.
Yeah, like sure. Yeah, okay. I'll take it. It's a little direct. It's a little to the point.
You don't think they're gonna go for like ARMS Deluxe or something?
Oh God.
I mean, that would
I
just
actually
be
got. Oh yeah, speaking
remake
of which,
of
I actually
ARMS.
got my Switch.
Oh,
Yeah,
congrats.
that's right, because it was your birthday. Just yeah, happy belated.
Yes,
Yeah, thanks.
indeed.
So like, yes, thanks. So yeah, I finally got my Switch. I have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I
great game.
found out that I regretfully have the left Joy-Con problem.
No.
bummer.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's not too bad, but it just like it made it so like I was trying to play Mario Kart on the TV, and yeah, that didn't end very well
So-
because it's like,
Oh yeah, sorry, Jordan. Go on.
yeah, because it only affects it when you're using it wirelessly, and it just sort of I was playing Mario Kart, and suddenly I'm just sort of going off a cliff. Great, yay, that's great.
Oh, okay.
I have had some problems like that, but it's super weird. Sometimes I play video games and I'm like sitting on my beanbag chair, which I have. That's because I'm an adult. And I have like my knees up, and sometimes that will make it do weird stuff. And then when I put my knees down, it's fine.
Weird. Boss time. Okay, but yeah, so you just skipped it.
Yeah, listen. That was just like 10 minutes of
man.
of me just getting to this save point. So
This is getting.
you guys don't have to see that.
This is giving me flashbacks to the original version because oh man, that was tough. Like the left Joy-Con issue, I looked it up. Apparently, it is solved by 9 Metroids. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, apparently the Joy-Con issue is solved by you. Well, Nintendo will take it from you and then sort of do whatever to it. But I looked at what they did. Apparently, they just put like a small bit of felt in the side of your controller, and that suddenly just works.
No, I thought the
Yeah,
issue was
I
that there is
remember
a
seeing
small.
that.
Yeah, I thought the issue was that there was a small piece of felt and then they just took it out or something.
No, it's the opposite.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, the felt actually is what makes it work. I don't know why, but that's just how it works.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Yeah, I haven't
yeah,
had the problem. I've only had it once, I think, for like 2 seconds when I was playing Breath of the Wild, and Link just kept running in like a direction, but that was it.
This is a pretty cool part of this game.
Yeah.
There's just fully grown Metroids coming at you, and you're just swatting them all down.
This part
Rapid
really,
fire round.
yeah, this part really sneaks up on you because I remember getting to this. I'm like, oh, I bet this is probably the end of the game. Wow, that's it.
I mean, it is, but you have to do more things than you maybe expect.
Yeah, I'm just used to there being like some sort of build-up to like the final area of a Metroid game, but here,
I mean, this is build up.
I mean like build up to this part, build up to the final area, because this is definitely a great build up to the final boss. But there's
Right.
no build up to like the final area of the game. That's cool though. I love the fact that the whole floor just disintegrates underneath you.
Yeah, so as you can see, I'm really good at this part because I went through this part a lot of times.
You got mad skills.
I guess if you have to say it like that, then I'm gonna agree, I suppose. That's how you're choosing to communicate this.
Dan, you were supposed to say this was your first time ever. See, like this is a blind playthrough of this
Oh,
part.
here we go.
I cannot do that, I'm afraid.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, here we are. Metroid. What is it? Metroid Queen?
The
probably
Metroid
is-
Queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't
oh my
know.
God.
It's pretty simple. It tries to hit you with its head and you just dodge it.
This
These
looks
things,
so much more manageable than the original version. Oh my god.
Yeah. So those things those little bacteria things that she pops out, you can shoot and they'll have like extra missiles and that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so by this time in the game I had forgotten that like charging up your blaster automatically brings in all the power-ups that are around you,
Yep.
which made this fight a lot harder than it had to be.
Yep. I think every playthrough I've seen of this boss, like, no one seems to remember. I didn't remember that either, and that probably would have saved a lot of grief.
Yeah. Now see, the original version of this is a nightmare because you have like no room to maneuver.
Right. I mean, you still don't have that much room to maneuver.
This is a lot more than the Game Boy version gives you.
Yeah, I believe you. Sure.
Jordan, I remember watching a playthrough of the original version, and I think there was like a small crevice you could like morph ball into and like drop down. Is that a thing you remember?
Not really. Like, I remember, like, there was a little bit of area to Morph Ball. I remember it not really mattering because it would still try to get you there anyway, and either the things it shot out or its neck would kill you. There wasn't really much room to hide, so, like, really, you can try and dodge a few things, but you're not going to dodge everything, and the only thing that you can really do is hope you have enough health packs so that you can just sort of bear with it.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the what the person that I was watching playing did, they morph balled, and they actually there was like a tunnel right underneath the Metroid Queen's platform, and you could morph ball into that tunnel and then drop down into like the section below if you needed to escape the boss.
Yeah, there was that, but at the same time you couldn't do anything. And oh, this is new. Like, as soon as you could do that in the original, the problem was that the boss fight kind of just basically stops when you do that.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So it's like you kind of have to just get it right close and personal, or else you're not going to get anywhere.
Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we just did a little movement. Basically, every time you take off a certain amount of health from this thing, it will destroy the area that you're in and scoot you to a next area, which is slightly smaller.
That's epic, though.
It's cool, yeah. This is a pretty cool boss. I mean, the boss itself, it can do a lot of damage. Its patterns are pretty easy. Granted, again, I did fight this boss a lot of times, which is why I'm doing okay. But I would say this is, I don't know, it's somewhat forgiving, kind of. So, like, this is a point where right now, with the super missile sitting here, it would have been really nice if I remembered that I could do the absorb thing, but I didn't. What are you gonna do? Yeah, those head movements can get pretty nefarious though, and they get faster the more damage the boss takes, so that can be a little rough. But it feels pretty good to just dump on him like this.
Yeah, you've got him in a
That's
nice lock there. Damn.
Yeah, sometimes you just get lucky about where it decides to hit.
Yeah, most of the time the Queen was aiming for me from below, so I didn't have much of a chance to like unload the missile, the missile barrage into her.
Yeah.
Fireball.
Run!
Poor Samus.
I think this is the last area. I think, pretty sure.
I think so. I don't think the Queen breaks through this part.
Yeah, I think this is the end of it. You can see though, it's coming down to the wire a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I am running low on health here.
That's what it's like to fight the Queen Metroid.
Yeah, Samus is in a pickle. Dead end. This is it.
Now I just have to say that this is a Queen Metroid, not the crap that we had to deal with in Other M.
But it was also a Queen Metroid.
That was not a Queen Metroid.
It was huge. It looked like this, actually.
What makes you say that, Jordan?
Huh?
What makes you say that? Just because I have no... I mean, I saw Other M. I've completely put it out of my mind. But, like, what is that?
Like, because I don't know, just this defines its original behavior, but also the fact that just, like, I found the Queen Metroid super easy in Other M, lest we keep talking about that game.
Really? Because that bomb move would say otherwise.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Except for that stupid bomb move, it does not tell you about. So, like, other than that, I found the Queen Metroid in Other M, like, easy. But it's like, it just, that bomb move that it doesn't tell you about, that's what screws you over.
Well, if you're Samus, like, you don't have, like, a hint pop up in your visor saying, hey, maybe you should use your super bomb right now.
Well, if you're Samus, you shouldn't be limiting your arsenal because some guy who's not even your officer told you to.
Yeah, they don't tell you about the super bomb.
Like, I mean, they already have the expectation you cannot use any of your stuff until it's authorized. It's like, oh yeah, this thing that we mentioned once at the beginning of the game. Yeah, we're supposed to totally remember that.
Okay, Jordan, one wrong thing about Metroid Other M. Fine.
One.
Oh, hey, I guess there was another area. Oh, okay, I think this is the
holy
last
cow, this thing does
part.
not end.
Yes. Yeah, here we go. This is,
It looks like there's probably gonna be another one.
Oh yeah, I forgot that there's. Okay, yeah,
Oh.
no. So this is what happens. You have to have the. I don't know. You have to know to do the super bomb.
Oh wait.
that was
I think it
your-
just eats you if you
have
don't
to
do
know-
that, which is super disappointing.
You have to know that the super bomb is what you have to use. It doesn't give you any prompt. Sounds
Hey, you
like.
could use it. You could use the difference here is that you could use the power bombs at any point in the game after you get them.
Oh my.
Another RAM is just like, oh yeah, you can't use these forever.
Well, no, they told you in the tutorial section.
Yeah, the tutorial section.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Now we
20
have
hours
the baby
before.
Metroid. Our little baby hanging out.
Yeah, I'm surprised Samus just doesn't completely kill it on site.
I mean, I tried. I tried to, but you need it because now it's gonna. Yeah, it
Yeah,
gets
but
you
how
over
would
there.
Samus even know that? It's like,
don't know.
oh, it's Metroid, gotta kill it. It's like, oh, or she doesn't know, oh, maybe I should keep it alive so it can eat through the stuff.
Yeah, it's a little tiny baby. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
It's fine.
why is Samus cool with all the baby Metroids? Like any other time she sees a Metroid, she goes to town.
I don't know.
Because it's a baby.
Like,
baby
if anything,
kid.
this is pretty sadistic because Samus is just waiting for it to grow into adult, and at some point she's probably gonna kill it.
Yeah, man, Samus is fucking cold as ice, dude.
Yeah, but at the same thing, she doesn't like, despite what other M would have people believe, she kind of doesn't care about the baby Metroid that much because like, she only cares about after it saves her life.
Yeah, she
But,
doesn't
like,
but it's like, yeah, that's true. But after, like in Super Metroid, it's like, oh yeah, this thing, I'm this thing's mom. Et cetera,
well, no,
et cetera.
because no, like immediately after, because this takes place like right before Super Metroid, and immediately after that, she's like, oh, here, Federation, take the Metroid, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she only comes back as like, oh crap, they attacked the space station. I should probably go do something about that.
I really hope the next Metroid game takes place after Fusion.
Here's the thing, though: the Metroid games have kind of written themselves into a corner because there are no more Metroids anymore.
Listen, it's really, really easy to just be like, whoops, we missed some. Or to be like, oh, you're on a new planet. Like, you don't need a lot of validation from a plot standpoint to make a Metroid game happen.
Except that they already kind of contradict themselves there because they're like, oh, the Chozo actually created the Metroids and they're specifically on this one planet.
Imagine, it's almost like this series doesn't care about its canon as much as the fans do. And also that, like, it's not really a game that's about the plot.
It's always about the plot.
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
And like, we don't need.
Anyways, that's the game. The game is over. Hey.
Look, not every Zelda game is about Zelda. We don't need to have every Metroid game end up with Metroids. Like, it could be. I would be totally cool with a game with a war on Ridley and the space pirates, and Samus is going to town on them because they're about to destroy the Federation.
Yeah, but but honestly though, Metroid's, I don't know. I love the franchise, but it's sort of written itself into a corner.
I mean, Metroid Fusion ends with spoilers. That suit fusing with Samus, right? And then she just lives the rest of her days. I mean, as of now, it's canon that she lives the rest of her days with those animals if you free them.
And like a half Metroid.
And a half Metroid, and that's it.
She's a half Metroid.
Like, unless
Sounds pretty chill.
it's sure, but unless there's no like game taking place after that, we have to assume that's Samus's life. She's literally become like a cat lady.
You know,
Sounds okay. That sounds alright.
when I was playing Breath of the Wild, when you're fighting Calamity Ganon again at the very in memory of Satoru Iwata.
That's nice.
When you're fighting Calamity Ganon at the very end, he reminds me so much of Metroid Prime. I was sort of half expecting for Samus to just sort of swoop in and sort of take it.
Oh my god, you're right. That thing is totally like a miniaturized version of Metroid Prime.
85%, Dan.
That's pretty good in under 6
I think
hours.
that's pretty good. I feel pretty good about that number.
I love this picture so
look
much.
at-
Like, it looks
Yeah,
like they're
it's
just
cute.
frolicking in the fields.
Just ha ha ha! Yay!
Taking the Metroid out for a walk.
Yeah.
Just have some cheery music playing in the background.
Oh, it's very adorable.
So, final thoughts?
Anyways, that's the game. What do you guys think about this game?
Activity. The galaxy is that.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. I never realized there was a voice.
Yes, there's VO
voice
in
clip.
this game. The one piece of VO in the entire game.
I wonder. Okay, Jordan, do you want to do your thoughts, or Dan? I want to look up to see who did the voice for that.
Okay, well, I really enjoyed watching us play this. I really wish that I had, I was not completely bad at finishing games at a decent time because I would have liked to play this before we did this. That being said, looks great. Like as somebody who has played the original Metroid 2, like it is actually like really really cool how they adapted a lot of things, how they added so much more, and how like just how I would love for Nintendo to just approach a new, like a remake of Metroid 2, because ever since I played Metroid 2, I'm like, thinking, this thing is begging for a remake, and this thing does that really, really well. I just sort of wish Nintendo would jump on that. But yeah, it was really cool, really well done, and props to everybody who was involved in making it. It was really, really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played... I still think... I still think... I don't know. I would like to play original Metroid 2, I think, maybe. If it had a map in it, maybe I'd want to play it more. But
yeah, that's another problem.
Yeah, but I really dug this. I think this was a really nice... It was nice that I could get a chance to play something that was at least, if not actually Metroid 2, because it's not, right? But it's something that, is something like it. Especially just because Metroid 2 is pretty revered and is a thing that a lot of the other Metroid games are sort of based off and call back to. So it was really cool to play something and to at least be able to experience it in some way, even if it's not in that original format.
Well, this is like if you're not willing to play like Metroid 2 for like this, like just for analyzation reasons or nostalgia reasons, like this is pretty much a better way to play it.
Sure. I'm not sure if I would say better. It's definitely different, and it's definitely more like user friendly and modern, But I think there's definitely validity to both.
Oh yeah, there definitely is.
But I don't know. I really like it. I think it's really impressive as a fan work. Absolutely, and even I think it definitely sits toe to toe with the standard like actual Nintendo developed 2D Metroid games. And I also think it's like certain things that it takes, like chances that it takes to do some weirder stuff that official games wouldn't do are really interesting and feel a little different, but they're really interesting places to take the series, I guess. I don't know. Not to take the series, like it's not like they're pushing the series forward by doing them, but they're these weird little interjections which make them clearly not official games, but are interesting to play around with.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think like how they added a lot of like the Federation lore, and then even like those extra boss fights and the extra levels. Like even like the Queen Metroid battle, like that was, of course, that was definitely not in the original game to have all those different areas, but it did sort of make the battle more exciting than. Because a lot of in the original version of the Queen Metroid battle, it was more like tension because you were kind of like, please don't let me die, please have enough health tanks to sort of get through this. Whereas this one is just like, go from area to area, and I'm just like, okay, I can really dig this, and you actually have room to dodge.
Yeah. Like this, it really does feel like another installment of the Metroid series, because it feels like a Metroid game, looks like a Metroid game. It is great how the developers added in really cool, unique bosses, and like just following in line with like the Metroid series. Cool bosses have usually been a staple in the franchise, and this AM2R does such a great job of following up with that, and even pushing the envelope, I would say. Yeah, but overall, like it's just the fact that it's a remake aside, it's just a damn good game. Like I highly recommend anyone who's a fan of platformers to give it a shot. Also, here on the Metroid Wiki, Guasti, who is the Dr. M64, I believe is his handle. He approached Jessica Martin to reprise her role of Samus from Metroid Other M to do that final line. But she was not able to make it, and I can't find any other information.
It sounds like they might have just stolen that from another game.
That's what I'm thinking.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, because I know, like, I think I might have heard somewhere that What's-Her-Face, who did Samus and Other M, didn't particularly like the role anyway. So
how could you, with the way Samus...
And no one really liked her in that role anyway, so just like, I don't know. But I agree. Like, it definitely feels like another Metroid game, and I feel like Nintendo missed out like a huge opportunity by like not conscripting these guys to sort of make an actual Metroid game.
Yeah, y'all got to pull a Sega.
No, I think
Yeah.
I would love to actually see this team take on, like, do a similar game that wasn't a Metroid game.
Yeah.
Like, do a this type of game, but, you know, really, like, using their own... I mean, they do some of it. They do some of their own creature designs and stuff, but, like, their own creature designs, their own tone, their own music, their own... You know, even, like, their own take on, like, the standard Metroid abilities. Like, I think it would be really cool to see them do something removed from the Metroid property.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what, because I follow Dr. M64 on Twitter and stuff, but, like, I don't know what else he's working on. If he's, like, pursuing more game development stuff, or maybe working on another, probably not working on another, like, updated Nintendo property, but just to avoid the issues, the legal issues that came with this one. But yeah, no, I'd definitely be curious to see what, you know, if the team ever got back together again to do this. That said, the team was constantly changing on this project because of how long development time was and commitments and all that.
How long did it take?
A couple
This
years,
took
I
like
think.
5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
For the whole thing, because it started with just the one guy who was just like, I want to learn how to make games and code and stuff, and this is a good way to do it. I'll just remake this game. Should be easy. And then 5 or 6 years later, it sort of snowballed into this big thing. There's a really great article on Waypoint about the making of the game and sort of where it came from and stuff.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is gonna do it. Thanks for sticking around to watch the game, and we'll be back with more 3 Amiibros stuff.
See you next mission.
Yeah.